Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Tuesday, April 19, 2022. Sun in Aries and a waning gibbous moon in Sagittarius. We express ourselves with action, initiative, and courage, and we have an inner drive to seek expanded learning and universal truths. Now is a time to reflect on our experience as we look forward to the next creative cycle. We reflect on the growth we have undergone. We recognize that our transformation is not yet complete, and we relish the adventure of it all. The sun moves from Aries to Taurus tonight, and we may feel ourselves ready to slow down and enjoy some sense of the familiar. We can't go around all year with our heads on fire with zeal and initiative, but it sure felt good for a little while, didn't it? I'm going to go ahead and get right into the aspects, but first I will point out the handcrafted key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols have made it into the key. If you desire a point of reference, and if you can read my writing there, it's right there. I have otherwise divided the page into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is your relationship with yourself, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects that the moon makes are all very brief, and they have a subtle impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may choose whether to express. The sun is the luminary that sheds light on our outer lives. This is the outward expression of yourself in the world, specifically your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because these have a greater impact on that outer expression. And we begin on the moon side today, friends, at 2:30 this morning, Central Standard Time. Moon squares off with Mars, bringing up a challenge between how we feel and how we act. Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio can tell us a little bit about this. Perhaps we have behaved impulsively and now question our own intentions. The point of this aspect is for us to get a better grasp on our intentions and how we plan to behave going forward, having that information. Then at 10:17 a.m., the moon reaches its perigee, or its closest point to the Earth in its orbit around the Earth. The moon moves the tides with greater strength when it's closer to us, so it stands to reason that those watery aspects of ourselves, the emotions and intuitions, as well as our bodies, feel more intensely moved at this time. Cancer and Sagittarius will especially notice these vibes. Then at 11:33 this evening, Moon goes square to Venus. Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius. I like to call this a self-love challenge. We may struggle with feeling like we aren't getting what we need. The usual sources we turn to for attention or resources aren't all that available, or our attempts to attract those things comes off as needy or grasping. So seek the resource from within. You may find it easier to move on that way. On the sun side tonight at 9:24 in the evening, sun makes ingress to Taurus, and our outer life focus shifts from, that sort of fiery, forward, courageous, fresh starts, zeal, to a desire to slow down, to be grounded in what is familiar, and from that secure space to be able to create and grow and strengthen in abundance. This is like the second of the three parts of our beginning. So this is the part where we want to put down roots and see what we can pull from our resources to create what it is that we're trying to do, be, or have. In the ongoing column, we have several ongoing aspects right now. Aries, Leo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Today is the final day for the sun in sextile aspect with Saturn. Hopefully we've used this boost of focus on responsibility to help us maintain good functioning in our lives while we're also entertaining all kinds of creative growth and colorful, imaginative inspiration from the Jupiter and Neptune conjunct. Venus sextile Uranus here with us through Saturday. This is here to provide cooperative functioning right there between our ability to attract what we like and our impulse to make changes. Taurus, Libra, Aquarius. It's okay to change your mind about what kind of attention or affection you'd like to receive. It's also okay to change your mind about what compensation is needed in return for your efforts. Conversations about these changes of heart are likely to bring about a good outcome. Jupiter conjunct Neptune continues to rain down blessings of positivity, fertility, and creative growth. Pisces and Sagittarius have ruling planets here. Airy, intellectual Jupiter represents the nurture and growth of our capacity to connect with the broader world through education, travel, doing business. Watery, intuitive Neptune represents the interconnectedness of all things having being, including you and me. With these energies amplified and under pressure together in their home sign of Pisces, we get a strong vibration that invites us to notice our expanded creative flow, to seek more inspiration and interaction with our intuitive and creative practices, and to notice the positive incoming opportunities that result from those labors of love. These vibes are in full force all week. I encourage you to sing, dance, play, and appreciate this fertile time. Sun square Pluto is also with us through the 25th. This is with us through the 25th, and so is this one. Aries, Leo, and Scorpio would be most involved here. Our conscious outward expression finds itself in a challenging position with the transformative energies that are coming down. There's your challenge right there. Although we're going through some shifts and welcoming in some creative opportunities, we still have to focus to put a little bit more of our intentional effort, our internal power toward the deep and total changes we seek to make. We have to pay attention to who it is that we're trying to become so that we can continue intentionally to step in that direction. Mercury sextile Venus will be with us through the 11th of May, giving us positive, cooperative vibes between the intellect and our ability to attract what we need and desire. Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, and Libra all have ruling planets here. At this time, we are empowered to negotiate the terms, see up here, by which we receive attention, affection, and compensation. It's okay to change your mind about what it is that you desire to receive, and we are empowered right now to have the conversations. I encourage us all to take advantage of this energetic opportunity, especially with Jupiter and Neptune conspiring to rain down blessings. We have this really cooperative vibration between our ability to think and communicate and our receptive quality, what it is that we like to receive. So it's a good time to start having those plans and conversations around the changes we'd like to make in terms of what we receive. On Saturday, we will see a third quarter moon in Aquarius, and this will be the moon phase where we actively release the things that can no longer aid us in reaching our goals. Sunday brings a square aspect between Mercury and Saturn, bringing up questions about the plan and how it will be used to ensure our stability through all this growth. It's a good time to talk and ask questions, speak out loud the things that you're skeptical about, or the things that you have no idea, the obstacles you have no idea how you're going to get past. It's good to do that in advance when you are trying to unfold a plan. Okay, and that's it for today's astrology. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I do appreciate it so much when you comment to ask questions or provide encouragement. It isn't just gratifying for me to know that you're listening, which it is, but it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're engaged in the content as well. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance may resonate, I encourage you to share. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I'll discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. So let's go ahead and get into that. The tarot card that sits on the side of the page is still the Four of Wands. What? Now we're moving into Taurus. Why would it still be the Four of Wands? Well, we're in Aries most of the day, so that fire sign is still there. That fire energy is still there. And also, this is going to be 10 days, sort of regardless of when this shift happens. So I think that we might also have this tomorrow for Taurus's first full day, Sun's first full day in Taurus. But after that, we're going to shift to the Five of Pentacles. That'll be a whole different energy to be talking about. Four of Wands, we continue with our celebration, with community, with family, with friends. We continue to celebrate them and their achievements and allow them to celebrate us. We continue to, come back to our homes, and by our homes, I do mean our homes, but I also mean the people who are our home in the world. Those people that we keep close to us because they are our family or our dear loved ones. And, it's a time to celebrate the harmony that we find there, the joy that we get from being around the people that we love, and, celebrating having good relationships with people. It's a kind of a time of peace after working hard. We've used our initiative and our resources to push a plan into motion. We've watched it unfold somewhat. We kind of have a grasp on what's going on. And so, we can celebrate an initial success. How about that? And this especially comes up with groups and families. So definitely, even if you can't go home, be in contact with those people who are your family and chosen family in the world, so that, again, you can celebrate them and they have an opportunity to celebrate you too. And with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and mix up some cards while I remind myself and the cards that the sun will be in Aries for most of today, along with the asteroid Chiron. So the sun in Aries has been a time of initiative, spark, new beginnings, a great time to rededicate ourselves to ourselves, our own personal development in whatever way that is for us, and our own ability to express ourselves. Chiron in Aries from 2018 to 2027, we're really dealing with these themes of self-expression. Do we feel comfortable, expressing ourselves naturally the way that we would among the people that we surround ourselves with, and do we feel included in the groups that we're part of? Taken from another perspective, this is about diversity and inclusion, right? We allow other people to be themselves, to show us who they really are, and we continue to include them no matter how strange or different they might seem to us, because everybody's just, we all have the same motivations. We're all just trying to live our lives in comfort and be ourselves, and, it really helps when we include one another regardless. Then tonight the sun's going to go into Taurus. We're going to start focusing on what grounds us, what feels familiar, what feels secure, where we can put down our roots and draw resources so that we can create strong growth of those good things that we've started for ourselves. Uranus is also in Taurus right now. So we've talked a little bit about this. Uranus in Taurus is kind of an uneasy position. Uranus wants to make changes, wants to bring about shakeups and shifts in the way we do things. Taurus seeks security. It seeks, stable ground and a well-resourced position from which to grow. So that's been a little uncomfortable for Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus and Uranus, though, are in a sextile condition right now, right? It's okay to change your mind regarding what you need or desire. And I think that's appropriate as we're coming into the sun's transit through Taurus. And then Mercury is also in Taurus, always just a little bit ahead of the game for us. So we're definitely having some conversations about what it takes for us to feel grounded and secure and ready to grow more strong. And also the changes that we would like to make in terms of how we receive what we need and desire. Waning gibbous moon in Sagittarius, we reflect and review on what it is that how things went down in the past several weeks, what we would like to repeat, and what we can do without, so that we're going to make that internal list of the things that the actual stuff, things, ideas, attitudes, and dispositions that are no longer working for us, and that will have to go with that third quarter moon in Aquarius coming up. Lots of ongoing aspects over here, guys. Sun sextile Saturn and Sun square Pluto. The Sun sextile Saturn, I really have felt like it's a cooperation to keep our activity and good habits up, to keep us on a responsible way of being while we're dealing with this Jupiter conjunct Neptune, which is just bringing in this really dreamy and colorful, imaginative vibe of expanded inspiration and creativity. It can be hard to juggle both things, and it can be a challenge to maintain one's responsibilities and commitments when they're in that dreamy state. But Sun sextile Saturn has been here to help us with it. Venus and the Sun square Pluto just says that our transformation requires our attention. Again, it's asking us to pay attention to what it is we're doing, pay attention to what we're committed to doing, pay attention to who we're committed to becoming as well. Venus sextile Uranus is working together with this Mercury sextile Venus down here, saying it's okay to change your mind regarding what you need or desire. That's going to come up for us as we're having these colorful, inspired, imaginative dreams about what more we can be, do, and have in a creative way, right? We're going to change our minds about like how we like to receive our attention and affection. We might change our minds about what kind of compensation we're due, considering what labors we put into the work we do. And it's okay to change your mind. And then that Mercury sextile Venus is giving us a really cooperative vibration as well, saying it's also okay to have the conversation, make the plan, negotiate the terms by which you will receive all that attention, affection, and compensation that's coming your way. And it's important to think about your vessel, how much you can receive, how much you're allowing yourself to receive, because this is an overwhelming amount. It's more than you could possibly need amount of expansion and creativity, right? Jupiter just gives and gives and gives. Jupiter is like, give it away now. And it wants to expand your experience constantly all the time. We just want to have the new experience. That's what Jupiter does, is it expands our ideas of what we can be, do, and have. So, with that with those expanded ideas coming in, definitely begin to have the conversations. Think about the changes you're going to go through as you choose to receive bigger, better, different kinds of gifts, and definitely have the conversations about what it is that you're trying to pull in. On the moon side of the page today, we have a couple of square aspects, so we could have kind of a challenging day on either end. This is important, just, we can act on impulse and meet a challenge. So it's just a reminder to understand your intent when you're acting. Don't just act without really thinking about what your intentions are there. And then down here you have this self-love challenge, which really goes in keeping with this other Venus stuff. It's like, okay, do I love myself enough to ask for more? Do I love myself enough to ask for what I need and a little bit more, right? And then the moon's perigee just says that all of these lunar vibes, all these feeling and emotion and intuition vibes, all that Neptune-y stuff, all that watery stuff is just amplified right now, especially in the inner life, in the heart and home. So, if you're feeling it, you're not alone. We are all feeling it pretty intensely right now. Thank you, Jupiter. All right, and with all of that said, I'm going to turn this card. 9 of Cups. Well, friends, yesterday we had the 8 of Cups, so I think this is appropriate and indicates progress first and foremost. So 8 of Cups was like this like space where we saw the lack. There was not enough capacity. Perhaps we were not being enough capacity to receive all of that inspiration and creative expansion, but also, we were not finding enough capacity to pour our creativity into, right? So, we had that moment of disappointment. We walked away. today, here we come to the Nine of Cups, right? We sought a bigger vessel, or we sought to be a bigger vessel for the incoming inspiration. And having sought to be that bigger vessel, we found our happy place, right? We found a point of satisfaction where we can take in as much, like we're willing to adjust our idea of how much capacity we require, how much we need to receive. We've been willing to have this conversation about what it is that we need. We've been focusing on what makes us, on what we're trying to be, do, and have. We're going to start focusing on what makes us feel grounded and secure. It really feels good. It really feels satisfying to have that capacity to receive the inspiration that's coming in and just push it out as creative flow. This also speaks to that Chiron and Aries theme of being able to express ourselves emotionally and intuitively and creatively, being able to express ourselves, feeling comfortable doing that and feeling as though we have acceptance among our groups. And especially taken together with the Four of Wands, which is very friends and family celebration vibe. You gain emotional satisfaction from being there, but you also contribute to the family group, to the chosen family group. You also contribute to those spaces, those home spaces for yourself, by bringing in your emotional satisfaction, by showing people, by sharing with people how it is that you managed to do that. What happened when you realized that it's okay to change your mind and that you need more? What happened when you realized that, you have to pay more attention to what it is that you want to be, do, and have? What was the conversation you had to negotiate the terms by which you would have enough cups, enough capacity to hold all the emotions and intuitions and creativity? So this is beautiful. It's a very celebratory vibe. It's satisfaction and celebration after this period of hard work. And I just love that for us. I feel really fulfilled and satisfied just looking at those cards together. And I think that's all I have to say about it, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you all for being here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.